In this spoken English, senior spoken English batch, we are going to start a group discussion among you. And the topic is Post-Covid-19 Indian tourism business. So, let's start. So, your time start.
So we all know that every industries are affected for the COVID-19 situation, and the affection was very bad. So I think to overcome that kind of situation, we must gather all here to discuss about it. So according to me, I think the traveling system are also affected for the COVID-19 situation, and we all know that in the name of traveling agency, a lot of sectors are involved on this heading, like hotel, restaurant, and the traveling systems are also including on that system, on that industries. So if we don't roam here and there, and if we go anywhere, so how it will be possible that all kind of industries are running smoothly? So to run smoothly, it is very important to go somewhere, to roam here and there. So in this way, we all know that in this time after COVID-19, we all want to roam here and there, and according to our affordable price, we all want to go somewhere for our refreshment. So in this way, I think we must able to say that kind of situation are gradually increasing and gradually developed in this way. So what is your opinion?
Yes, you are totally right that our tourism and travel organization are totally affected by the COVID-19 situation. So, in this COVID period, we saw the scenario of all over the world that there was a lockdown period, and all the people were locked in their room. So, they are not going to outside from their room. So now after post-COVID situation in 2022, many people are going to travel here and there because because Bengalis people are love to travel. So so in this situation they are just travel to here and there, and some people are dependent on the travel agency, or some people are they organize the tour by themselves. So in this way, I think the economical situation of our tourism and travel agencies of our countries gradually overcome and increasing day by day.
No, first of all, we have to understand that COVID-19 was a curse for our whole world. It created negative effect in every kind of industries, and tourism industry was not a different from that. But in tourism industry, there are lot more sectors. For example, transports. In transports, we have railways, aviations, and other vehicles, etc. And there are also hotels, restaurants, and small businesses are also there. So, if in every sectors in tourism industries were affected during the time of lockdown. But the point is, tourism industry was never a loss-making industry before COVID also, and after COVID, when the lockdown was not there, tourism industry created immediate profit-making sector immediately. That is not the problem. The problem is to recover from that loss. During the time of lockdown period, tourism sectors actually faced a lot of losses. So now it is the time for them to recover from that sector, and that is why we can see price hikes in every field. For example, flight tickets rents are increasing, and hotels rents, restaurants are also increasing their price charts. So it is natural. It will definitely happen because if we want good services from them, we have to pay for that.
So, tourism industry for every country plays a significant role in their economy in terms of GDP and the foreign exchange earnings and employment. But due to COVID pandemic, we all can see that in India as well as all over the country, the tourism industry was badly affected. Around 21.5 million people became jobless due to COVID pandemic outbreak, And in our India, the tourism industry has created 87.5 million people employment, and around 12.75 to 13% of the total employment, thereby creating the 194 billion of India's GDP. So we all know that our country India is a mega biodiversity country. So there are many foreigners as well as our countrymen also very much interested to explore the natural beauty of our country and to go here and there. And due to COVID pandemic, these were totally restricted. And after the COVID cases reduced day by day, so then the government allowed that only 50% people can travel in the flights, buses and trains. So that's why the fare of that public transport were also very much high, and it was very much expensive for the common people and the middle class people. And the people were earlier very much afraid to go due to this COVID pandemic. So after this COVID situation, so it is very much difficult for the tourism industry, and it was a big challenge for that industry to regain and restore the confidence of the travelers. So that's why our tourism industry has created many opportunities, that they have emphasized on the domestic tourism. That means the people are allowed to travel in their own country and they can explore the unknown things in their own country. So what do you think?
So it is very true that the recovery is very much important, and I think the recovery procedure are not so hard, because in a Bengali line was there that we are the common people and we are the hujuke public. So in this way we always want to roam here and there. So if we see the scenario about the COVID-19 in the first stage, the our government said that don't roam here and there, don't go here and there. But without the listening the rules and protocols, the common peoples all are roam here and there. And in the puja time they also went to hop the puja pandals. So in this way it is very true, and it is a very common thing that every people are want to go somewhere. So in this way I think it will gradually increasing some days, and in this time also if we go somewhere, then a huge we able to see a huge crowd in the tourist spots. So in this way, and another thing also, it is a business strategy that for the development and for to restore that kind of thing, the tourist party they increase their packaging amount. So it is very common thing, because if we went to buy something in normal time, so in a shop, then we able to see that they take a huge amount of money. And if we if we go to buy that product in sale time or in puja time, then we get a huge amount of discount on those products. So in this way, when the traveling agency are when in a loss run, so they always want to pull them in a profit earning procedure. So in this way I think it is very common thing that they do some extent in a limit, they develop that they take a minimum amount more than the previous amount. So in this way I think the recovery procedure are going on, and I think it is recovered.
Actually, you are right, and after COVID situation, all the things are very much expensive. So that's why travel agency are have to increase their package. But actually, the main problem is the money problem, because due to COVID-19 situation, maximum persons are became jobless. So that's why the money problem is the main headache for them. So that's why if they want to travel here and there, they can't go. And sometimes it's happening that for the increasing amount of travel agency, they are just people are love to organize the tour themselves, but they have also the headache to manage the food for them, or to search the or booking the good hotels for them. So if you when to go to with the travel agency, so you don't need to take any kind of headache like this. and also it is our duty, and also it is the government's duty to rescue the tour and travel agency, and help to recover them for their loss.
No, I don't agree with you guys because I don't think money is a big problem nowadays because people are willing to spend money if they are getting the proper services. That's why we are seeing that lots of tourism places, I mean, are lots of people are gathering there in every time in the season in the year. There is no proper so-called season time. All the time in the year people are visiting that places. So I think people are ready to spend money, and it is right that travel agencies are actually asking for a huge amount of money, but that's not a problem because nowadays we have access of internet. We can see if we search, we can find a lot of hotels and lots of cars and other vehicles for booking if we want to travel in a long distance. It's possible. So if someone want to arrange their own trip, it is possible for them. In that way, they can save some amount of money. But the main thing is investment in this industry. If people are traveling, they are contributing in this industry, and that is why the recovery process, what he said is absolutely right, will increase, I mean, faster. So, what's your view?
So, if we think about the hill areas or the areas which are totally dependent on the tourism and travel, so there we can see that around 60% of people were dependent on the travel and tourism, and due to this COVID situation, this their total livelihood was stopped, and their total earnings were very much affected. So, till now we are changing day by day, and we are now in the new normal, but still they are suffering in the hilly areas. And we all are talking about the disadvantages of the COVID pandemic, but if we think broadly, we can clearly see that due to COVID pandemic, in the lockdown situation, all the cars and factories were stopped. So there, the air pollution, sound pollution, and the total environmental pollution was very much reduced. And we all know that in our country, in every winter, the migratory birds, especially the Siberian birds, used to come, and the people were gathered in the sea places or the area where they come, and these were the main attraction of the winter. But due to the increase of the pollution and the climate change, those Siberian birds and other migratory birds stopped coming in our country. But due to the reduction of the total pollution and the climate change, so the birds come in our country in that COVID lockdown period. So that may be a boon for the Indian travel and tourism. And we can say that in the COVID pandemic, all the zoos and the forests were closed. So the people were not allowed to visit those places, and there the wild animals can live freely. So that was very much helpful for their reproduction purposes, and that's why the number of the tigers, the lions, the deers are also increasing day by day. So that can be an advantageous thing for the travel and tourism of our country. So what do you think?
So yeah, I want to highlight something that earlier I said that the about the tourism system. So in this time I also want to highlight one thing that the tourism system are incomplete without the shops. So if we went on a in a temple for the puja, we need some flower and some sweets. So it is very important to take that kind of flower and sweets. We use that kind of flower and sweet shop. So in this way they earn their livelihood, and they in a long run they spend that kind of the money for their livelihood. And other cases also, if we go on a beach, then in a sea, in a Digha or Puri, in the sea beach, a lot of common people open their stall on the sea beach, and if we don't go there, so they can't able to buy their product, because it is not possible that in the circumstances areas people always want to go there to buy that kind of product. So if travel agency or if we are not go there, so how it will be possible for them to buy, to sell their product. So it is very important to go there to buy that kind of product. So it is very important, and it is our responsibility, and not only our responsibility, it is our human nature that to restore our mind and to refresh our mind. It is very much important, and I think it is very good to go there and to help them in this way. That's
Yes, actually, not only Bengalis are love to travel here and there, like foreigners are also comes in our country to visit some places. It is the way. So it is the advantageous thing for our economical country of tourism and travels, because foreigners are also comes to visit the biggest festival of Bengal is Durga Puja, or and all the things like there are lots of things in our country to see, to visit, but we just think about to go to other countries. But if we don't go to visit in our country, so we can't even see the many beautiful things, we just miss this. So I think that we have to go to in our country all over, like for foreigners they also visit in our country, so it is beneficial and it is advantageous thing for the tourism and travel agencies also.
I think I am totally agree with him what he said. That if we want to see the actual effect of COVID-19 in this industry, we should check the ground level. That the small shopkeepers are also a part of this industry and they are also contributing in this sector. So if they are not generating enough amount of money, so they are barely earning anything and their livelihood is totally disrupted. And I think it's government's responsibility also to take care of them in a healthy way so that they can recover from this trauma. And anyway, if we conclude this topic like this, that tourism industry is definitely affected by COVID-19, but so it is recovering from that trauma is very faster, and soon everything will be all right like before.
Okay. Actually, COVID-19 pandemic struck the Indian tourism industry severely. Actually, it is a vast sector. If we tell only Indian tourism industry, then you will see that so many people's livelihood are involved, are attached with this business. So, definitely it requires that requirement is there to revive this. So how to revive? Already the authority, the businessmen are able to overcome to some extent, but gradually I think they will overcome it. Indian people, everybody knows that they are tour loving people. Every year or after a gap of a certain period, they are visiting here and there, the roaming. So to revive it, so many factors are there, so many industries, so many business are involved with it. Hotel business and others, transportation, etc. are involved in it. And so it is a labor intensive, so many workers, so many staff, so many laborers are involved in it. For fear of COVID-19, all work already became stopped actually. So definitely there was a great setback in this industry. So I think to revive it, they should encourage the traveler. Travelers' confidence should be regained actually, because it is the traveler who are traveling. For this reason, that business is going on. So travelers should be encouraged, that their hygiene condition and their other security should be strengthened, and domestic tourism and international also should be secured. Their return should be safe, their journey should be safe, their lookout should be in that way actually, on that basis. And not only that, the global resilience based framework for a sustainable tourism business is required, so that the country, there should be a proper cooperation between among all countries, so that it could be saved. So I think You have discussed very well, and we should not add more, but gradually it will be increased. Gradually, people will get confidence, and the total tourism business will be restored. Thank you very much.